Get smashed.
No, I'm not getting smashed. My mom would say I'm smashed.
That is really
it's good.
It is really good, though. It is delicious. Are we live?
Not yet. It says past due when it's loading.
Oh yeah, it's still spinning. Somebody pull it up. I lost my phone a couple hours ago. And I don't know where it is.
It's in the kitchen, most likely.
No, I think it's upstairs somewhere.
I think it's live now.
Yeah, I'll get you to call me later and see where it is.
It's dead.
All right, yeah, probably. That would be great, right? It's on vibrate.
Just like Zach's love life.
Ooh,
No, just like my soul.
oh, it's so accurate. All right, are we ready?
Both of you.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Are we live?
I thought, weren't you looking that up?
Weren't you looking? Are we live?
Give me a minute.
Didn't I just say
Not
someone?
on the inside.
I thought you were looking it up.
Just check. Okay, yeah, we're live.
Oh,
All right, good. So,
here we go.
all right.
On this episode of the Culture Smash Cast,
It's time to be a Toys R Us kid again.
Something. Insert Star Wars here.
Haunted road trip without the gas prices coming soon.
nice. It's the Culture Smash Cast 507 for December the 4th, 2019.
Yes.
I don't know, Steven. What year is it?
Right? I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of CultureSmash.tv.
Nicholas Qualls, contributor to Culturesmash.tv.
Tina Heinbach contributed to Culturesmash.tv and maker of excellent fudge.
Yes,
Cheers.
Zach Martin. I drink and I know things.
it's debatable.
Half of that is
Half of
true.
that.
Yeah, you do well, and you barely drink, so you don't know anything.
This is one of my rare
and you
times.
barely drink, so the whole statement was a falsity.
Just like the ending of Game of Thrones.
That's true.
That's true.
Fair.
All right.
Yeah, we came together on something. It's rare.
That was an easy topic to do so on.
So we spent the weekend watching some cool movies.
No, so many movies.
Yeah, you guys watched a lot, right? Didn't you go
Whoa.
Saturday and watch a bunch of movies?
Yeah, so
Saturday, I
Well-
was at the theater from 10 a.m. until 9:30 p.m.
we can cap it off because we had the extended weekend.
Oh, but the 12 hours of terror is too hard.
Tina would actually probably do
No,
that.
I've never said it's too hard. I never get tickets in time.
Yeah,
that is my
it
reason.
sells out really quickly.
Yeah, you had a full 2 weeks to get tickets this time.
Next year we buy your
Yeah,
ticket
but
for you.
wasn't that when we were at Disney or something?
I think there was
I
a
think
conflict.
we were at Disney.
I think there was a conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
It
like
was something.
that.
But anyway, we right before Thanksgiving on Wednesday we saw Knives Out, and then on Saturday Tina stayed at the theater to watch 4 movies in
I
a
saw
row.
Frozen, Ford versus Ferrari, It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and The Good Liar.
Well, I saw Frozen and joined Tina then for Good Liar, and then on Sunday we came here where we watched The Nightingale, Booksmart, and Little Monsters.
So we're getting ready for our annual.
That is some serious crunching.
Yeah.
we do our top 10 list after the year, so we gotta
Got a lot of
get that
movies
ready.
to watch.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to compile a list of. I actually have done pretty well this year, but I've got a few things yet to say. I know you said you still need to see.
I have 3 open spots on my list still.
I haven't solidified.
I haven't either.
Spots.
Yeah.
I'm not that far yet because there's still a lot I know I need to
But
watch.
I still need to see Hail Satan, which is on Hulu.
Yes,
I
you need
still
to
need
see
to
that.
see The Man Who Killed Hitler and then The Bigfoot, which is also on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, skip that.
You haven't seen it.
I've seen enough.
You've never seen enough.
And then, of course, you have the movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
So, like Star Wars, Jumanji, Black Christmas.
Yeah, for my
1917. Yeah.
1917.
Is it still coming out this year?
Limited release.
In limited release.
Yeah, is that going to help your film ball game?
Hold on, let's cut to the alternate dimension. Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, let's cut back. No.
All right, well, let's get back to the film ball. Let's do the box office first.
Okay, box office. So, starting off the list at number 10, we've got Joker. It's going to be for the Thanksgiving Day weekend, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Over the 4 days, it pulled in $2.3 million. That is at $330.5 million so far on a $55 million budget.
Did you mark yourself safe from the Joker screenings?
I did. Yeah.
Number 9, Last Christmas, is at $2.4 million. It has made $31.6 so far.
Oh, okay. I got a little bit of money
At
out
a
of it.
$25 million budget, so it itself has made money.
I still think they just released way too early.
I
They
think
should have
you're
released
right.
this weekend.
This weekend.
This weekend would have
Yeah.
been the prime weekend. Number 8, Midway at $4.7 million. It's made so far $50.2 million out of a $100 million budget.
Wow.
Number 7.
Roland Emmerich, man.
Roland Emmerich does not have
Disaster.
He doesn't have that magic anymore.
Nope.
Did he ever?
Yeah, I was about to say not that he necessarily. Although
People were duped by special effects.
Independence Day still made a lot of money.
Yeah,
And
by special
Independence
effects.
Day continues to make a lot of money
Yeah.
in reissues and
Stupid people.
yeah.
I bought the steelbook because I love it. Okay.
Do you claim it to be a good movie?
It's a fun
I mean,
movie.
it's a fun movie.
Well, that's fine. You can say I enjoy it. It's not good.
I enjoy the crap out of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I almost bought that steelbook. I still might end up with it. Ada loves that movie.
Number 7, Playing with Fire at $5 million. It's made 39 so far out of a $29.9 million budget. Number 6 is 21 Bridges. I'm thankful this movie's finally out.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm
made
so tired of the trailer.
$6.6 million. It's got a total of $19.2 million out of a $33 million budget.
I would laugh if after this movie comes out, we still see trailers for it.
Oh my god.
Did that get bumped? And that's why
It
you
got
see
bumped.
trailers.
It got
forever?
bumped.
It was
It did.
supposed to come out
Okay.
last year, like this
Yeah.
time last year.
Yeah, it got bumped like at least once. I think maybe twice it got bumped.
I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
I don't know if they needed to retool it or something.
Yeah, it's weird.
No. Number 5, we got Queen and Slim. That's with an ampersand.
As Zach found
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
If you search for it on IMDb, you'll not find it if you type in A&D.
It's at $14.2 million. It's brought in a total of $16 million out of a $25 million budget, so it's pretty close.
So I struggle with this movie because I want to see it because I enjoy that kind of on the run movie. You ever see Badlands? Badlands is so
I
good.
did.
I
It
was
has-
supposed to see Badlands, and my film teacher lent it out to someone, and they did not return it.
So Badlands has
Somebody-
That's with House.
Somebody got an F. In
It did.
that class.
It has Sissy Spacek and what's his name? Part of the Estevez family. What's the father's
Amelia?
name? Martin
Oh,
Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
Yeah, it has the two of them in it, and basically it's this sort of it's like Natural Born Killers except without all the weirdness.
I like how you went, it's part of the Estevez family, even though only one of the 3 big names goes
Has
by
Estevez, right? But it's the only one I thought of for a second there.
Yeah.
But I like that kind of film. I feel like this one's going to be a little more politically charged than I would like. But I like this sort of couple on the run thing, so I'll probably still see it.
Okay. Number 4, we've got A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood at $14.8 million. It's made $34.2 so far.
I'm going to pick up
Unknown
that
budget.
one this weekend. I'm going to watch it.
Number 3, Ford versus Ferrari. It's made $16 million out of $81 million so far total, and its budget is $97.6. So it's actually pretty close.
It's about to break even.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, Knives Out new is at $32.9 million. It's made with an early opening Wednesday at total $41.4 million. Budget is $40 million, so it cleared.
In the profit already. I'm going to see it tomorrow.
And
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed
I'm gonna see it
too.
tomorrow.
It was fun.
I refuse to watch it.
Okay.
Okay, good. Good for you.
Because your ex-boy directed it.
Yeah, because your boy
Your
directed it.
ex-boy.
We don't
No.
talk about that.
No,
boy.
that's still his boy. He's still.
He ain't my boy.
Well, if we want to talk about his girl, Frozen 2.
There's a girl.
It's not even my girl. My girl's on the poster there, and somehow I won't even see movies.
Frozen 2 topped the weekend with $100.9 million. It's totaled so far out of $288 million, and we don't know the budget yet.
So
Which is
this
probably
one,
inside that.
this movie broke records, right? Isn't it the biggest selling film for this holiday
For
weekend?
Yes.
Thanksgiving weekend.
For
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving weekend.
It's so funny because it's like breaking records, and
The last one
Here-
was Catching Fire. Was Hunger Games Catching Fire?
right here's me and Zach sitting here like not that excited about it, and I like the first one. I just don't know why my enthusiasm just sort of waned. I'm still gonna see it because I have to. I have to see it just in case.
I think has it been just too long, and we've just fallen off the hype.
I don't know. I can't figure out
Trailer
why.
You just
2 was
thawed
not
from
good.
it?
Trailer 1 was good, but trailer 2 wasn't because Disney doesn't know how to make trailers.
But I'm not
That
hearing
first
anything.
trailer was good, though.
I'm not hearing anything bad about the movie. I'm hearing that it's pretty good.
I
it's fun,
liked
tried
it.
it.
I actually liked it better than the first one because a lot of the issues that I had with the first one, they tend to fix them in the second one.
Or make light of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be like Toy Story 4. It'll be fine. It wasn't necessary, but it'll be fine.
I think that's accurate. I think that it's not a necessary sequel. It's not like Frozen 1 left a cliffhanger.
Was Frozen Fever necessary? How about Olaf's adventure?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
all of those are
but
That's it. That's the reason why.
All of those
remember that
are
22
very
minutes
integral.
before Coco was stolen from you.
All of those are very integral and important to understanding the plot.
3
You
hours.
you might actually have to watch it again.
There you go.
I think that might actually be it because we've had a bombardment of other Frozen crap.
That's actually a good. That's actually.
But I haven't had that bombardment. The only thing I saw was the one at the beginning of Coco, which was terrible. It
Yeah.
was really bad.
Yeah.
But that's the only
This
thing.
is better. This is definitely better than the clip. that
I'm
we
gonna see
in
it
Coco.
because I feel like going in with moderate to lower expectations, I'll end up really liking it because I'm
Yeah.
hearing good stuff.
All right. So, Tina, do you want to hit up the box office?
Yeah,
updates?
let's hear the
Absolutely.
box office
Film ball,
numbers.
film ball update.
I'm excited to hear
Do we
these.
have to go through this?
Yeah,
Yep.
we need to. Hey,
Film ball.
you're still beating me, sir.
Number 7 is in fact Steven with $34 million.
Making a comeback, baby.
Well, I mean, most of your movies have yet to come out. You still have Jumanji. You still have Star Wars. You'll be fine.
And most of that money right there is from the movie that's out now, right?
Yeah, most of that is from last Christmas. Can't say the same for number 6, which is me. All of my movies are out.
Oh, man.
And I have a beautiful $50.8 million.
Not going to be in last place. All right.
And number 5 is Zach with $112.5 million.
That's actually a pretty good leap ahead.
It is. It is.
Sarah is number 4 with $143 million. Nico, you're on number 3 with $242.8 million. Nathan with that It and Frozen money
And it has just got a boost.
at number 2 with $366.2 million. And number 1 is Hector with $481.6 million.
So all Nathan has to do to tie him is make right around $100 million more from
Yeah.
Frozen.
Now-
Which
That'll probably happen.
is going to
Not
happen.
only that, but he also has Cats coming out.
Which is going to make
So-
$7.
That's going to make just
Yeah,
so much
Cats
money.
is going to be
$300
a-
budget.
What's a good analogy to what Cats is
I
going to
don't
be?
know.
Is it the John Carter of this year?
It is
or-
the John Carter
I learned
this
not
year.
to underestimate the Broadway fan base.
That's a true point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But I mean, it is rated PG, so you can get, hey, come here, little Timmy. But
yeah.
I predict $10 million opening weekend.
no, I'm gonna go.
I'd go
30.
more. I think
I'm still
I was
gonna
thinking
say
20s,
$30
honestly.
million.
So I was in the
Well, in the
middle.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, that'll be funny to see.
All right.
All right, so I'm excited because it's coming up to game season for us.
It is.
Because we're going to have our top 10s, and then we're going to have a new film ball bid for the I guess technically the winter still, or spring, and then right after that we have our Oscar games coming.
But if you're looking for stuff to see immediately, opening this upcoming weekend, we've got Dark Waters at 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Playmobil at 24.
Okay.
Zach's movie! Yeah!
I've heard great things about this Playmobil.
Have you?
I mean,
Have
you should take Timmy. You should take little Susie. It's important that y'all go so I can win this game at least, and not in last place or second,
be in last place.
or second to last place. I want to beat somebody else.
Has no one else noticed that every time Zach references a kid, his name is Timmy? Is that the only child name you know?
You said Samantha? What was the other
Little
name?
Susie.
Yeah.
Timmy and Susie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because little Timmy is the one always trying to go with these R-rated movies.
Oh, is that what he does?
Yeah, he
That's
tries.
little Zachy.
Shut up. That's not important.
It's
you.
kind of funny. It really is.
Or if you want to look
Oh.
forward. And,
What I was going to say about, we were talking about Dark Waters. Zach and I were talking about it in the pre-show because I want to see it.
I want to see you too.
It looks good.
Yeah, I want to see it. as
But I
well.
told him
I've
I
seen
think
Spotlight.
it's the Hulk sequel to Spotlight.
No, it totally is the Hulk suit. Although he's in Spotlight.
He's in Spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. And they look
That's
alike.
the joke.
Like the production value and everything in those two movies look the same.
Yeah.
So
is the
But I
same.
also really like Spotlight. So.
I did too. So I'll end up seeing this
I
too.
don't like Oscar bait, and that's Oscar bait.
If
And
it's
this is
if it's
Oscar bait.
good,
Sometimes bait is delicious. That's why it works.
it's why it's bait because it is tasty.
Would you say Spotlight was the best picture of that year?
It was pretty darn good.
Was it better than Mad Max Fury Road?
Well, that's well. Don't ask it unless you let me finish it. That's like apples and grapefruit or something. It's two completely different things. You can't.
Was it better? No. The answer is no.
Which
one has longevity?
I watch Mad Max more, but to be fair, I don't own a copy of Spotlight, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I also don't own a copy of The Post, and I like that one too.
Yeah, but that's Oscar bait.
So I don't know.
There's Oscar bait and Oscar bait.
Well, I mean, you could
One is
argue.
more blatant than the other.
You could argue that Netflix bought a theater just so they could have The Irishman for Oscar.
I wouldn't argue that. I would state that as fact.
Yeah, they're not even hiding it at this point.
So you guys haven't watched The Irishman yet?
No, because I haven't had a free 3.5 hours to
We
dedicate
can do like
to
an
it.
episode. You can watch it in 4
Shut
parts.
your
like
face.
We should do, honestly, look at that guide and cut it in half and have an intermission.
That's the way to trigger me right there, is to watch it in 45-minute
I like how
You need to watch
Scorsese's
it on
come
your
out
phone.
to. I've seen headlines of Scorsese saying, "Please don't watch this on your phone." And it's
Watch
like,
it on an iPod Nano.
Someone watched it on their watch.
I saw somebody watch it on a 3DS.
Yeah.
So normally I would agree with Scorsese on this, but I
He put it on a
We
streaming
saw it in a
service.
theater. We can say what it
Yeah.
was like in a theater.
Yeah.
But still, like the whole thing about like don't watch it on your phone. Like you put it on a streaming device that on day one is watchable on phones and stuff like this.
Right.
You can't say don't watch it when this.
well,
is the
yeah.
avenue
Once you
choose to
put
go
it
down.
out there, you can't tell people what to do with
the
it.
avenue you went down. You can't debate it.
And you know what's really funny is I think there's some part in his being that before he dies will admit he regrets it. I just had this feeling
going
he
for
regrets
Netflix?
it. Yeah, I have a feeling he really regrets it.
Yeah, it was like this. It's what I
Because
signed up for.
their marketing, everything has gone against what he wants. You know, I feel like he had to fight to get them to put it in the theater to start with.
He probably got a
Can you blame them though? It's a 3-hour, 30-minute film
The-
in a theater
the
with
trade-off-
no intermission.
I'm happy I saw it there.
The trade-off is he probably got the truest version of what he wanted on the
He
screen
got his director's cut.
compared to what he would have got from another studio.
Which is blasphemy for me to say this out loud, but this movie needs to be cut by at least 30 minutes.
Yes.
At least. So there is a scene, and I want you guys, this is not spoiling, this has nothing at all
Is it
to
where we
do.
learned that he's actually Polish?
No, it is not that.
What a twist.
Yeah, but there is a scene early on where they do the de-aging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it when I watched the movie, but it was pointed out to me in a review I saw the other day, and now I can't stop looking at it. There's a scene with Robert De Niro where I think he's supposed to be around 30 years old.
Okay.
No, he had to be at least like 28, 29. He's supposed to be that early.
28 and 29 is only a year to 2 years difference.
It's
between
around.
both.
He-
Sure.
he's a young adult.
Right. But what's really funny, so the de-aging is hit and miss, but it's mostly good. It's some of the
probably
best that I've seen.
yeah.
But there is a scene where he's a truck driver, and his face, it looks good. They even de-aged the mole, the signature mole. But if you look at the steering wheel, they did nothing to his hands. So there's 70-year-old hands driving like this right below his face, and I'm like,
man,
I can't stop looking.
You gotta imagine somebody caught that in theater. Like
I mean,
So
like
that's
liver
the Starbucks
spots and
cup.
the whole thing.
That is
It's-
the Starbucks cup.
yeah,
mistake.
that is.
It really, or it's the oh my god, we're over budget, we can't do the
It was
hands.
a $150 million budget, and I swear half of that had to go to the de-aging.
It had to. It
Half
had
of
to.
that was
What I
de-aging,
don't-
the other half was to the actors.
What I don't is they didn't. I mean, we know what Robert De Niro looks like when he was 30. Did you see Taxi Driver? Doesn't look like he does now.
I think he did see Taxi Driver.
I
Actually,
think so. Yeah, probably so.
They didn't de-age him to look like he does in Taxi, like Travis Bickle does.
Well, I think that
because
would be-
that's around the right age.
I think that would be really difficult because also they would have had not only de-age him, they would have had to taken about 50 pounds off of him because he was much,
Okay, well then you get a scene where he's, beating someone up, and it looks like he's supposed to be like 30, 31 in the scene, and he's an 80-year-old man
He's
taking
still-
this guy like
he's still moving like an old man.
Yeah, it's like
Kinda like-
he's clearly
kinda like-
85 years
I
old.
told him it reminded me of watching Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, because in the costume and when he talked, he looked good, but when he would run in that movie, it's like, oh God, he's running like an old man. He's trying to be.
I know what you mean.
That's what this feels like in a lot of places. That said, it's worth seeing for Joe Pesci.
The
Joe
performances,
Pesci. De Niro is great like always, but Joe Pesci coming out of retirement, he hasn't acted in a movie in 20 years or whatever. It's like he never stopped.
Like
well, whatever. He was awesome. So Al Pacino was chewing the scenery just like he always does
like
too. Yeah, so it's good. All right, what else we got?
If you want to look ahead for some other movies that will be coming out next year, we saw some trailers.
We did see some trailers.
Yes.
So what do we start with? What do you guys want to start with?
We saw Bond, the James Bond trailer, No Time to Die.
No Time to Die. So I told Zach, my opinion, in brief, is it reminds me of GoldenEye era Bond. It reminds me of action movie Bond, not Sean Connery era Bond, which is the Bond or Roger Moore era. It's more. It feels like big action to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What did you guys think?
I like action. I like the GoldenEye Bond. Now, given the other ones have diminishing returns of the Pierce Brosnan era, but I do like action in it. I hope it's okay. So the Craig movies have worked two ways. But the odd number movies are great.
You're right.
You have Casino Royale, you have Skyfall.
Exactly.
Even number movies,
terrible.
They're meh.
This is Spectre is meh.
Okay, that one's awful.
Spectre is terrible. I actually
Quantum of Solace is okay.
I thought it was terrible.
It's not good.
But Spectre's the worst.
Just heads up, I'm not going to be able to contribute because I don't.
Tina doesn't watch.
I honestly,
need to watch
I
all
watch
of them?
Bond. I just don't care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but this is movie number 5. It's got to be good.
It should be good.
It's got to be good.
You're right.
Yeah,
It should be.
It should be.
Yeah, but the problem is
The numbers don't lie.
But we're carrying baggage from the bad film.
That's the only thing that worries me
film.
is they are the trailer very heavily ties this into Spectre because not really a spoiler. You see Blofeld in the
the best part of Quantum of Solace was the baggage they carried over from Casino Royale.
and then and it's also like the main love interest is the love interest of his inspector, and that was also annoying.
So they're doing the thing.
I will say I like
movie.
the mask. I like the aesthetic of the mask that they had in the film.
Malik looks pretty good. He seems like he's being set up as a neat villain. I like that.
But it's another villain where it's like, oh, his face has scars on it. Bad people have scars on their
it's a
faces.
Bond movie.
Yeah, but you say that, but we're in 2019. If it was 1967, you'd have an argument. But this is...
No, there's certain tropes that go with film franchises, and that one I don't have a problem with. If that's the worst thing that happens, fine. But the other part of this is it's another old man hero. It's like we're starting to play with him being aged.
Yeah.
They did that in 2012 with Skyfall.
They did it with Skyfall and Spectre.
Yeah.
Both of those movies. It's like
Bond's been gone again on vacation. Oh, I thought you were dead. We just did this.
Okay.
We just did this.
Okay. Thank you.
I agree with
I
that.
like James Bond.
Those are all valid, fair points. They are making it. The trailer does have
Alan Jr.
That's harsh. The trailer does have some things that make me cautious.
Yeah.
Everything we just talked about, because we've touched on all these, but this is also. I could kind of give it some old man Bond stuff if this actually is, which it seems all accounts to be, the final Craig Bond movie.
And he has said that it was the last.
So I'll fine. We'll let it go. You could be old in the last one where you are actually aging out.
And then after he finishes this series, he's gonna
make a franchise out of his character from Knives Out.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Everybody's talking about how great he is in it. I've heard that.
I wouldn't know. I don't see movies with some hack director, but
your boy.
He's your boy.
He's your boy.
The one.
But you love Looper.
I hate you.
Looper, man.
Looper's good. Brick is good too.
your
And then
boy.
my boy stabbed me in the back. But
people would have a bad movie.
See, he called him a boy.
But
Yeah.
Yep.
You called it.
Yeah.
She called it.
But really, the problem with this trailer, the Bond trailer, I don't think it's a good trailer. I'm not talking setup or arrangement of clips. I'm talking pure editing.
Yeah, it's cut a little weird.
Hey Q, and then it fades to black and fades to some other shot. It was that's a really
It's very jumpy.
cut.
It's very jumpy around.
Yeah.
That's a really bad edit. I think this needs another
Was
pass.
it anybody good that directed this film? I don't know who.
Sam Mendes is directing the film.
No, he is not.
He's not?
No.
I mean,
this is directed by Andy.
Quick, to the Google.
Who the IMDb?
It's an American director. It's the first
thought
time an
Mendes was coming
American
back
has
for it.
directed.
See, I would have been fine with that if that's the case. I mean, I would have had.
You're right. I was wrong. Kerry Joji Fukunaka.
Yeah.
So somebody I've never heard of. Yeah.
He was going to direct the It movie, and then he got taken off after a lot of reasons. But he's done like Sin Nombre or Beasts of No Nation or a couple episodes of True
He's listed as a
Detective.
writer on it. Then.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Director of Sin Nombre and Jane Eyre. And
And
Beasts of No Nation. Yeah, he's directed.
A bunch of or a few things that I have not seen. So I can't
I've
have
seen
it.
Sin Nombre. It was good. Wasn't
Wasn't Beasts of No Nation supposed to be good? I mean, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Well,
So I don't know.
I
I have hope because I like Daniel Craig as an actor generally, and I like him as Bond generally. So I just want the movie to be good.
All I gotta say is, God bless you, Regal Unlimited.
Yes.
No, we'll see on that.
I just don't like that
Yes.
washed out bleach look they're carrying over from Spectre into this film.
Yeah.
That bleach off, like, desaturated sepia tone.
Well, you know me. I like everything
Instead
natural.
of sepia, you
so.
could have super bright Marvel colors.
But it
Yeah.
looks...
And you go see Black Widow.
That's true.
Which also promoted its
Their trailer.
Jeez, here we go.
Zach's,
I'm gonna rip this one.
Zach's already trying to hate on this movie, but
2 spy movies back to back. There we go.
I don't know. I love this character. I do. I want this to be good, and it is tying back to the story pieces set up in the first Avengers film.
The first 2, because you also get
Yeah.
those flashbacks
Mm-hmm.
in Age of Ultron. So it uses those clips.
Oh man, does she die in it? I certainly hope not.
You can have stakes knowing that the character won't die
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
Because the other characters, we don't know what's going to happen
She's
with it.
skydiving.
Look at any historical or
And
based
people
on
are
true
shooting
story
at her,
movies.
and she's able to somehow go around stuff using her button.
She's moving just like how you move. That nice
Exactly.
little dance. move.
Literally, go
Yeah.
frame
Yeah.
by frame. She does that. It's like,
Well-
this is...
So, do you hate ones that are inspired on true events? Because you already know the.
No.
how it ends
I'm
there.
saying that shot of her skydiving with people shooting at her really reminds me of Shoot 'Em Up from 2007.
which
And
I actually like that movie.
It didn't work. That
Yeah.
scene did
I
not
like that
work
movie.
in that movie because it was dumb. However, the movie itself said this whole thing is dumb. This movie says, no, this is serious. This is a Marvel film. We're very serious.
So we all
now."
know
Who says that? It's a comic book film.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
it look like a fun, happy-go-lucky
it does
Thor
look
Ragnarok
fun. I mean, it doesn't look
movie?
happy, but it looks fun.
Does this look like Thor Ragnarok?
Okay, if you're
which
going to
is
ask
a
the
different
question, let me
tone?
answer.
No, I'm not going to let you answer.
Okay. Have you ever read a comic book? Because
Yes,
they're not all
I
like
have.
that.
I have read The Killing Joke, and I've read Watchmen.
Because
That's 2.
That's 2.
Wait,
Because
wait,
and
went
you
2,
and you
they're
actually.
also all super dark.
I was gonna say you proved my point.
Yeah.
You dumbass.
Each comic book movie that Disney has, or that Marvel has come out with has had a different feel to it.
And that's what makes
you
them
get a
work.
political thriller with Winter Soldier, and then you get Thor Ragnarok. Like,
And then we supposedly have a horror film coming.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I am all in for Red Guardian. For Hopper,
Yes!
for David Harbour.
What a great casting
Yeah.
casting they did with that. I think he'll be really interesting in that role.
That's what happened.
This
when we
may
went to
slightly
Russia.
be subtle spoilers for
That's actually really
Stranger
funny.
Things season 3. I don't know, but right.
Now we know
I don't know.
what
It's been out for 5 months.
So the thing that's interesting about this movie and also dangerous is so you're talking about stakes.
Yeah.
We know, of course, we know she's not going to die because we know what happens later. But
Well,
we
she's not
also
gonna die yet.
yeah, but we also know what happens later. So what effect is what happens in this movie going to have on the Black Widow that we know in the
Spoilers, this one introduces that one was a life model decoy. She's alive!
exactly.
I would be so mad.
He's so bad.
Yeah.
I would be. It's like killing Coulson and then bringing him back for a TV show. It'd be
That bothered me.
Yeah, it'd be
It
that
bothered you,
level
but-
where you're just like, are you?
Yeah.
I still like Agents of Shield.
I'm gonna.
I understand a lot of reasons why people don't, but I still like the show.
I need to give it a fair shake though. I'm gonna go back and watch it.
I mean, its best seasons are like 4 onward.
Yeah.
So That's kind
And
of unfortunate to say.
Season 1 picks up after the
Season
events.
1 picks up after the twist, after the Hydra twist.
And see, I didn't make it to the Hydra twist.
Yeah, I know.
in season
Yeah,
one.
I barely made it to the Hydra twist, and then when that happened, I was like,
the show's got two downfalls.
There we go.
It's season 1 having to wait until Winter Soldier to come out to do the Hydra twist because, dear Lord, that changes the whole dynamic of the series. And then 2, season 2 and 3 kind of just meander with Inhumans, and it gets kind of boring after a while.
That's where I dropped off.
Season 4, Ghost Rider is great.
All right, I'm gonna go back to it because I know it's gonna be on Disney Plus at some point.
Yes.
So, who directed Black Widow?
You know what? Does it really matter?
It does matter because it plays into an issue, a fear that I have about the movie.
Kate Shortland.
So what has she done before, directing wise?
Please hold while I inspect.
Because Kate Shortland is not a name that I.
Somersault, Lore, Berlin Syndrome. I don't know what those movies are.
I don't either.
I don't
Berlin
know.
Syndrome is an Australian-French psychological thriller.
Okay.
Lore is a German-British-Australian historical drama. And Somersault is an Australian independent romantic drama film.
So it's kind of like getting what was his name? The Webb guy,
Mark Webb?
Mark Webb, to direct a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, but Mark Webb had 500 Days of Summer under his
Which that also plays into my point. 500 Days of Summer was not an action film. To direct an action film, I like to see somebody with a little experience. You're complaining about Black Widow, the action scenes looking kind of goofy. Well, it's because they were so focused on a female director, they didn't get someone who knows how to do that
There are
type
female
of film.
directors who do action-y. And also Marvel
Yeah, there really are, but they didn't get him.
But Marvel also doesn't really need that because they've got the support system to
the
film
second
action.
unit director is really important.
Yeah.
Well, but then because you lean on your second unit director to handle the action scenes, the film doesn't end up having a unique voice and style. It doesn't have an imprint of a director on it as much.
I could see that being an issue, but
when you look at Michael Bay action films, you're like, this film might suck, but man, it is a Michael Bay film.
That's true. I do know it's a Michael Bay film.
Yeah, and that's my point is if you're going to do something, especially something so highly anticipated, get somebody who can do this kind of film.
I do take some offense to the Mark Webb analogy because I'm still convinced that Sony only hired him on the basis of his last name.
His last name.
And that's the only reason. There's like, you have to know spiders, right? Because your name.
Because your last name.
I mean, Spider-Man.
You look at him, he got a little hype because of 500 Days of Summer. It is a romantic comedy. It is not a superhero film, and the action scenes in that movie didn't look good.
But I mean, her lineup right now wasn't comedy. It was mostly drama. And I think
that's my point with her. She's done period pieces and drama.
And I think if they lean into more dramatic aspects with some action thrown in, but if the drama's good, then I'm fine. I could deal with lackluster action scenes if the drama core of the movie is captivating.
Maybe.
So
it had to be really good, though.
So here's the second unit director, which we're only going to limit to Marvel films because he has done Marvel films. I'm not going to list bad movies that he's done. Iron Man 3, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Captain Marvel.
Oh, he's done all the bad ones.
Yes.
Literally, he's done the weaker Marvel films.
Yeah, so that would explain.
So you've got a first-time action Marvel film director in the head, and the second unit director has done CGI fests that are like the worst of the crop. See, I mean, because the thing about Black Widow is what I love about her character is it shouldn't be a lot of CGI and stuff like that.
I agree.
She's just a badass secret agent who can kill you. And that it should be kung fu fights and
which is
guns.
Why, I mean, it's also why I compared it to, and I know this is really unfair, but like Red Sparrow or Atomic Blonde, which deals with
Atomic Blonde is
going into communist country or in communist sort of country and being undercover spy, which is really, I mean,
I don't think Atomic Blonde. I think Red Sparrow is unfair after having seen it.
I'm not saying Black Widow needs to be this violent.
You let him finish his thought.
But no, Atomic Blonde
you
is
are bad tonight.
Yeah,
I'm not so good on
Atomic Blonde is exactly the kind of combat and fight scenes that you would want out of a because that movie had fun fights.
That's the problem with Atomic Blonde is the fight scenes were amazing. The story scenes were kind of sucky.
Yes.
It was kind of weak in other
Yeah.
parts, but the fight scenes were great and improving upon the. I don't know if they're going to make a sequel to Atomic Blonde, but if they did,
I wish
if
they
they
would.
could improve upon the story part. It'd be really
Nuclear
good.
brunette.
Yeah, give me that Atomic Blonde John Wick crossover. I'd watch that.
Boy, that would be.
Well, that would be like so. Atomic Blonde takes place.
I
at
know, that's the
fall,
only problem. She has to step through a portal.
So that would be like 30-year time difference.
Yep.
So
That's
I mean that could work.
fine.
No, that could work.
Yeah.
I think it'd be
It's
good.
fine. It's fine.
Turns out John Wick is her son.
I mean, I'm okay with that, but
He's a little too young still, or too old still.
I would prefer like some badass, fight sequence and then like a hot sex scene afterwards. That'd be great.
Yeah, we got that in Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, but the movie wasn't good.
Okay.
Yeah, but we got that
Yeah.
cool sex
So
scene.
I mean, so what do you think, Tina? You haven't said as much as I thought you would about Black Widow because I know you were hyped for it for so long.
Yeah, I was hyped for it for so long because I love Black Widow. She's always been one of my favorite Marvel characters.
Mm-hmm.
I love spies. I love that espionage thing. That's why I dragged him to the International Spy Museum.
Which is fun.
Yep.
Right? But I have some reservations. I hope that the internet trolls can let people see it in peace
That's
before
not
they
gonna
start
happen.
dragging
That's
people.
not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's
I
not gonna
know.
happen. Yeah.
Because that usually ruins a lot of things for me. But I'm
Just
gonna
don't read that stuff. I don't read
Yeah.
it. I just don't read it. This Jack Weed over here reads all of it. But
He's one of the trolls.
yeah,
But no, my butt will be in the theater.
yeah. I'm excited because I love the actress. I love the character.
Yeah,
So I'm just hoping.
the actors for me are like, especially when they did that big, character reveal like towards the end of the trailer. I was like, okay, cool, we're good. Let's
So we got
do
Red
this.
Guardian and Taskmaster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. Taskmaster does not look good.
Yeah.
I will say that one.
I hope it's early.
I hope it's early or
I
that's.
hope they look at him and be like, no.
Yeah.
We're gonna fix this.
Like I didn't realize it was Taskmaster when I watched it at
Yeah.
first, and then the internet is like, "Look at this guy! Look at Taskmaster! He does not look. He looks bad." He's like, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah, he does look bad.
Oh, well.
Yeah. All right,
It's
moving on.
nice to know that I'm not the one hater here. I'm
No.
not a hater.
No one here's a hater. We just
I mean,
cautiously anticipate.
Oh, I would say
is
Zach is
legit
a
a
hater.
hater.
How about
Zach's
this?
a
I'm
hater.
not
You're
going
the
to see
hater.
this unless I see just everyone is saying it's the greatest.
I'm gonna see it 'cause-
I will make sure everyone says it's the.
I will as well.
In my opinion, the MCU is over.
Well,
It's over.
you-
Nope.
You finished it. You nailed the landing, guys.
Well, then the Bond movie should have stopped a long time ago, then too, right?
Yeah, that's the problem, though, is that Bond keeps going, even though we're not in the Cold War anymore, but we might be. It's,
All right,
it's crazy.
continue. It was a
This
pretty
rum
good
is-
segue.
This rum is good.
Some of this.
So Netflix is set to release a new documentary series about some of the most haunted locations in America, which sounds like something we'll all binge our way through in absolutely no time.
Unless it comes out once a week.
Yeah, which it's Netflix. That's not going to happen. They like to blow their entire load. So,
Oh yeah, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
according to Variety, the series is described as a gritty and meticulous study of some of America's most haunted locations. Details are thin on the ground at this stage, so we don't know where exactly the show will be taking us, but we can guess from crumbling stately mansions and former battlegrounds through eerie mental asylums. Waverly Hills better be on that
It better
list.
be. I'm still waiting on you to go. I'm gonna go.
What we do know is that we have director Joe Berlinger at the helm,
Ooh, I didn't read that part.
whose
Now I'm
recent credits
hyped for this.
include this year's Conversations with the Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes, and feature film Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile, both of which explore the life of notorious serial killer Ted Bundy. The new series is one of two projects that Netflix has acquired from Ron Howard and Brian Grazer's Imagine Entertainment. The other is a program about sexual abuse in the Catholic Church. There's no word yet on any release date for either of the projects, but we'll keep you posted. In the meantime, you might just have to creep yourself with a hearty dose of true crime, such as Netflix's new documentary centering on serial killer Henry Lee Lucas, The Confession Killer, which drops December 6th.
Now, see, my problem with those ones, those serial killer ones, is they feel like a cookie cutter. Everyone feels exactly the same. Just
Yeah.
stick in different serial killer.
Yeah.
But Joe Berlinger is one of my favorite directors. He did Paradise Lost. He was part of the team that did Paradise Lost. He did Brothers Keeper. He did the Metallica documentary, Some Kind of Monster.
Oh, dude, for real?
So he's a good director. Yeah. So
Okay.
I have hype. I have hype now. Because the thing about these haunted house documentaries, I know you like that was your story in our private group, is they up to this point have all felt like kind of campy, like Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters and stuff.
They follow a formula. Most definitely, they all follow a formula. There's always going to be a time lapse of day to night, setting up the cameras. Oh, it was the thermal image. What was it? It was a beaver. Okay, it was a raccoon.
I was about to say, is it going to be filmed like Ghost Adventures?
Don't know.
But
I'm looking forward to this series.
The real challenge with a story like this, and I hope, and this director could do it, is can you make it interesting to someone who doesn't believe in the whole ghost thing, periodically? Yeah. If you can, then you've done something well. Because everything that I've seen up to this point is sort of just pigeonholed on that person who just believes in every ghost and whatever. But I think to tell a really good story, you got to bring in people who don't believe in it and still.
It's one of the reasons I liked BuzzFeed Unsolved Supernatural is because they have one guy who's full on he believes, and they have the other guy who's just like, tell you what, if we see a ghost, I will pay your bills. Yeah, like he's just antagonizing the spirits or whatever.
That's it. That's exactly it. You got to have the other side of the story in there.
No, I have a psychic in here. What can you say? I feel a lot of anger in this room. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Let's move on.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Now that I know that I really didn't see that in my first skim of that story, I like this director, so I will watch it.
I just hope, especially with Disney Plus and a lot of other streaming services going to the weekly, that it doesn't, because I do still like that weekend binge.
See, I'm the opposite. I kind of hope it does go weekly.
I don't want everything to be a weekly.
I'm enjoying the weekly.
I like the weekly.
I didn't like it at first, but now I'm settling in. I'm settling in.
It gives me like, oh boy, it's Friday,
Well, and
you get something to look forward to.
Yeah, it's like,
my thing is, if
it's Sunday night.
If I have too many of those, I start dreading if I ever fall behind. I love the weekly stuff, but I don't want everything to be weekly. I need one or two binge-worthy stuff. I think this would be one of the binge-worthy.
Like you said, it's Netflix, so it probably will be.
Yeah.
But if you give me a bunch of things to watch, so that I'm appeased, I have other things throughout the week to watch. It's old school like that. So now I know whatever we're doing Friday night, when I get home from it, I'm watching The Mandalorian, the Imagineers, and the Jeff Goldblum show.
Yeah.
While it's the season's going, but yeah.
And also the other
part
of it.
But now imagine if you had Monday, you have to watch this, and this. Tuesday, you have to watch this and this.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
And then imagine you fall behind one week.
I'm going to drop stuff till it fits my schedule.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm going to.
Which is why I like the binge-worthy stuff, because I can binge that whenever I have that time.
Theoretically, you could still do that. You can wait for the whole season to be out.
You could.
Yeah.
But the other part of it that is great.
But then I have to dodge spoilers that entire time.
Well, but see, that's what's great about this whole thing, the weekly thing, is I often don't have the opportunity right when things come out to binge it. But if I look on Facebook before I get to it, the whole season can be ruined by somebody trying to be funny with their meme. Yeah. Versus a weekly show, I can find 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, like I said, I want a balance. Whereas if it's spoiler-tastic-y and, I know my friends are going to be watching it when it comes out, give me weekly, but how are you going to spoil? Oh, no, they found a ghost.
Yeah.
So I don't mind binging that in a weekend.
Yeah, that's true. If it was something more episodic, something more like nothing, no plot, no ongoing plot in the show, then you could binge stuff like that. But anyway.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Moving on. All right. If you are lucky enough to be near Paramus, New Jersey, or Houston, Texas, which
that's
is not
Paramus.
Paramus?
Mm-hmm. I've been there.
Lucky?
I've not been there. You will soon have the chance.
It's diners and malls. That's what's in Paramus.
And soon, a Toys R Us.
Yes! In a mall.
In a mall. 2 small format permanent Toys R Us stores are about to open early December. One in Unabel, Rodamco, Restfields Garden State Plaza Mall in Paramus.
Paramus.
Paramus. Okay. Third time's a charm. And then the second one will open in Simon Property Group's Galleria in Houston.
How permanent are we talking?
I think it's...
Just to make sure, these aren't Jeffrey's toy boxes, right?
The story does not say that.
These are
Toys R Us's.
Yeah, these are legit Toys R Us.
Yeah, this is Toys R Us's return to brick-and-mortar retail after the company liquidated last year, shutting down its entire fleet of stores. True Kids, the revitalized brand's parent company now, has since teamed up with Target to launch Toys R Us's website. And the location and Paramus, there we go, spans about 6,000 square feet.
Which is still a sizable store, right?
Yeah, it will be staffed with roughly a dozen toy pros, air quotes, who are trained to test toys with kids and their parents and help shoppers order items online that they don't see in the store. True Kids also announced in last July, that it would be teaming up with software retailer B8TA, spelled letter B, number 8, T-A.
So interesting.
Beta, to open stores again, beginning with the two that we just mentioned earlier. It's planning to open 10 stores nationwide in 2020, which could include a possible larger New York flagship. Beta's in-house technology platform, which is also powering up pop-up marketplaces within some Macy's, has worked with top brands like Lego and Nerf to help them create mini boutique stores within the Toys R Us shops. So, you could be a Toys R Us kid again.
I'm excited. I was sad to see Toys R Us go. I think it's I don't know. It's not even just nostalgia. I just think it's good to take your kids out and let them see physical things, and not just look at things on the internet.
I think it is a better shopping experience because, like, when we were kids, it was always a treat. It was always you get to go to Toys R Us. Mm-hmm. Maybe you get to pick out something, or your parents are going to get you something, but you get to see all this stuff. It's not the same as, oh, I'm going to show you the thing I'm getting you on Amazon or something. Mm-hmm. No, you got a more visceral, tactile sensation.
Yeah.
And it helps that it's just for kids. I mean, Walmart, you can take them to toys. You could also
There's
look
two
at
aisles.
tires and Whereas this is this is a kid's toy store. Like this is for kids.
Yeah. We're not going to
Nico if he wants Power Rangers.
We're not going to make a detour in Walmart.
Don't play. We're all going to be in there.
Yeah, we're not going to make a detour in Walmart to go look at the kids out. If we go to Toys R Us, it's for you. It's for the kid, or it's just for me personally.
Well, and the great thing is this Toys R Us, this version of Toys R Us is going to have like a Nintendo pop-up boutique market in there. So you can go in there.
I like how you're under the breath comments like, "God damn it, Apple." They seem to be catering from this description of having a more interactive experience with the staff, which I think would be fascinating.
It probably is the better thing. I mean, because the thing that you lose shopping online is that curated piece, because you could discover something for your kid that maybe you didn't know about. You can go in and say, my kid likes to read and do these 3 things. And, well, how about this? Maybe that if that's the experience, that's cool. It's not just making it smaller.
I would say
because a lot of people thought that Toys R Us had just gotten too big, but the fact is KB Toys is gone too, and they were small stores. Yeah. They were small mall stores.
I would say a good analogy, a good real life example that we can see of like the toy pros in practice are Lego stores. Lego stores have this. Lego stores have staff attendees ready to greet you when you walk in the store and help you with finding out what you want, help you play with some of the play sets if you're little kids.
They have a build your own Lego figure where you can choose from little tubs of miscellaneous body parts.
And if they're wise, they're going to...
parts.
Exactly. They're going to do...
I said what I said.
She said what she said. She said what she meant what she said. If they're smart, they'll do some kind of fun, like family-style work things in there, too, to draw people out of their house into it.
I think that would be cool.
Like a crafting workshop where it's featuring this product of the week.
Yeah, kind of like how like Home Depot and Lowe's do workshops on weekends for people who want to learn how to do house stuff. I mean,
you know what it's really like is like when you go to Publix and they give you the food sample, they give you the recipe and tell you what aisle all the parts of the recipe are.
Yeah.
Ada does this all the time. We'll taste something. She's like, I can make this. And they'll say, well, here's all the stuff. And she'll just buy it to try it. Yeah. So, I mean, that kind of stuff, well, it's pretty much what Lego does.
Yeah.
Is awesome. I don't know. I'm happy they're coming back. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember the last thing you bought?
At Toys R Us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
For me, it was a video game.
It was Psychonauts on the Xbox.
Mine was... It was a Barbie doll for my niece. For my cousin.
Niece.
Mine was
Air
something...
quoting for.
Now I can't remember the game, but I know it was something for PlayStation 3.
It was that Spy Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Because my second cousin had a birthday party and she was turning 6 or something.
So we were told get something Barbie. She'll love anything Barbie. So we're looking like there's Doctor, there's this, and I see
all the
Spy, and I'm
boring
like,
ones.
Spy.
Spy, yeah.
She let out
That's the
the
move.
most ear-splitting scream you have
Yeah,
ever
it was-
heard.
it was a
because this
shriek.
was apparently the exact Barbie doll she had been wanting.
That nobody else got.
All because of Toys R Us?
Yeah.
That's it.
Trust
Cool.
the draft.
Right?
Foster
Hopefully we get one
with
here
spies everywhere.
soon. I think it'll be cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, what are we doing?
Now we're going to talk about The Mandalorian.
All right, so technically there were 2 episodes since we've been together, right?
Yeah.
Since
'cause
the
we
last
didn't-
work.
We didn't do. Yeah.
So it was episode 3 and episode 4.
Yes.
Correct.
I think it's important to note that because I don't know about for you guys, but the way I feel about those 2 episodes is really extremely 2 directions.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, same here.
Episode 3, I thought was fantastic. No, wait. Am I getting it reversed?
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait,
No, you're correct.
Episode 3 was when he returned.
Spoilers.
Turned in, yeah,
Oh,
spoilers.
yeah, we're spoiling this.
Spoilers.
Returned to the planet and turned in the
The
bounty.
baby,
Yeah,
and then he was like,
because-
"Oh no, I need to go back." And then
It fixed the. Remember, I had a real big problem with episode 2. One, because the length dropped significantly, but also because nothing happened.
Yeah.
It was just battle,
Yeah.
It
fly
turns
away.
out somebody has force powers fly away.
Yeah. Episode 3 was back to character building.
yeah,
World
The-
building, character
The
building.
more we can see about behind the scenes of the Mandalorian religion, how their armor is built, and
Yeah.
and all
and
that
the
kind
way
of stuff.
that like when Mando is sitting there, and then the other Mandalorians come in and be like, "Oh, we're not going to talk to you. You're working with the Empire. How dare you?"
Mm-hmm.
And then that community binds together when they find out he's taken
Take it
the
back.
kid back,
Yeah.
and fighting against the Empire now. That
And-
was great.
Thanks to that episode,
This
I
is
want a
the
black
way.
T-shirt that says "This is the way."
This
Yeah.
is
This
the
is
way.
the way.
I just want that, like that. I love that. I mean, little, character moments that sets the tone and for who these people are was
And I
phenomenal.
have to say, one of the things I loved about that episode, yeah, we've seen him be a complete and utter badass. But he still gets his ass handed to him sometimes, especially when he's outnumbered.
Oh, because he's not a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that, just that little attention to detail of, yeah, it's not going to be a piece of cake for him every time. Mm-hmm. And then I want a jetpack.
Yeah,
That was a good one. It's like, okay.
I
I
will say
really
though,
wanted
when he shot, what's his name, Carl Weathers at the very end, and he got up, I was like, man, this show is bull. People can just survive, and he pulls out the Beskar steel. I was like, okay, that's fine. Okay,
Yeah.
we
And-
set up.
and
set
you
up.
know,
it was set up. We knew it was there. So it was like,
Normally that stuff bothers me because it's been done over and over and over again in so many things. Because you literally early on see him put it right there.
It was
Yeah.
Chekhov's steel plate. It was
Yeah.
like we knew it was there. There was no like get out of jail free card. It's like, oh, we saw how this math worked. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, we know this was a thing that could happen. So
Yeah.
it doesn't feel cheated. So that's episode 3.
Yeah. So what did you guys think of episode?
I mean, I liked episode
I
3
loved
too.
it.
I like all the reasons Tina said. I loved it. I loved more the Mandalorian culture.
I like that
I like-
they made the baby a girl. Like,
Did they? I didn't recall.
Yeah,
I don't
doing it.
remember
yeah,
that at all.
because when he's going to rescue the kid, and it's laying in that like little scanner thing, the doctor says, "Please don't hurt her, please."
Oh.
It's like,
Oh, did they?
It's a girl.
I didn't
I
recall
missed that.
gender
Yeah.
mentioning, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's only the
But they
second
keep going back and-
female of
yeah.
that species we've seen.
Yeah.
Not since the prequels.
So,
yeah.
I don't know why that made me happy, but I was like, "Oh, it's your baby girl."
But yeah, I liked his armor upgrade. I thought it was really cool.
Oh,
I liked
yeah,
the
that was
justification.
nice.
I liked that we got to see the weapons. It was like, here's the thing I'm going to teach you about, and it's like, then you got to use it. It was really cool. The fights, the gunfight.
Are you talking about the whistlers?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I love
you
that
knew
scene
the
in
minute
the
they
bar
said
when
it, we
all
were going to
the
see him.
trackers light up.
No, that was good too. All
Yeah.
this when he was just walking through. I thought it was a fun episode.
So the one thing that I questioned, and Hector and I talked about this, and what he said, I guess makes sense. It still kind of bothered me just a little bit. Was you learn early on in that episode that they are very hardcore about their ways and about the rules of the way they exist and everything. Well, right after that, the Mandalorian proceeds to break one of those rules in a huge way by stealing Baby Yoda, and what they did is helped him. Which to me, the fact that there wasn't any discussion about, he's on his own because he did wrong, because they're so hardcore about their ways. But yet they all come out to support him.
That
we don't know.
breaking was superseded by the fact of him going against the Empire.
I think
Because the Empire stole a lot more from the Mandalorians than just steal.
I think it's that we still don't quite know what their ways are, like what the limits and what exactly is taboo for them and what's not. There's still so much unknown, so that's why I didn't really think of it too big of a deal. Because in the Mandalorians, the rest of them said it's like, all right, we're gonna pack up and leave. It's like it is the way. This is the way. It's like okay, so I mean they definitely have policies in place where it's like, we have to be the secretive society. We will break that secrecy when we have to, but then we leave.
It wasn't a deal breaker for me. It just put a question mark in the back of my head, and I hope it's something
that they need to revisit.
Yeah,
and so
overall, I like that one a lot, though.
So episode 4.
Episode 4.
Holy crap! This episode's bad.
Wow, yeah, I didn't like it at all.
You didn't like the Magnificent Seven?
No, I don't like Seven Samurai. I mean, I'm seeing it. That's not important. The point is, she punches. Right? Okay, so we get strong female to come in.
I kind of liked her.
I liked her.
That's
a lot.
Yeah,
but she comes in and she punches at him. She gets a drop on him. She punches a wooden wall, and she goes, "Ah!" There's a reaction shot of her going like, "Ah!" Then she punches Beskar Steel, which is known to deflect blaster fire and is extremely rare and hard, and she didn't flinch at all.
Well,
we don't know quite the company and how it works.
We don't know her species.
It also could be more reflective, which is why it could.
You mean like vibranium?
Well, yeah, so if you punch vibranium, it's going to hurt.
Vibranium would absorb the kinetic energy of it.
So if you punch vibranium and then wood, which would hurt more? Oops. If you punch steel and then you punch wood, which one would hurt more?
The point I was making is not vibration absorption like vibranium. I was saying the steel could be more reflective, which is why it reflects blasters.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it still doesn't necessarily mean it would have the same kind of impact with a more physical material.
So, to be fair, classic Green Lantern could take an asteroid thrown at him, but if you hit him with wood,
that's true.
This is why I don't like Green Lantern. I think he's a garbage character.
Can I just remark on the super smart farmer lady, in that opening scene, how she hides her and her kid under a basket in the water? That was
really smart.
Freaking incredible.
So
I would have been dead because I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, and it was cool shot too.
Yeah,
it was cool scene.
I thought this episode was lazy in some areas.
Well, here's the problem I had with it: is we have our badass, and I said this to you before the show ever started, that I was afraid it was going to be Adventure of the Week, and this is what this
is an Adventure of the Week.
Yeah, and we had this. This is one of my sort of. I have mixed feelings about this same episode from Firefly. I actually don't like the episode because I don't like the formula, but it made me laugh a lot because they were prostitutes. You know the episode I'm talking about, where they're like, let's go to the planet, let's help the prostitutes, cuts bad guys stacking. Yeah. We've had about the original Battlestar Galactica had this in the 70s, where the main guy, Apollo, crashes on a planet and he has to help the farmers. I
told Nika this one made me more. It reminded me a lot more of Xena when I was growing up. Xena,
because Xena would occasionally do that.
Yeah. So for me, a bit of a nostalgia viewing of Mandalorian is Xena and Baby Yoda is Gabrielle.
I could agree with the critique that it is lazy because
there's a shot in the middle where you can see.
Well, let him finish. Jesus.
Actually, no, I didn't see that, but that would have been. But no, the reason I would say that is because of how played out the Seven Samurai trope is.
Yeah.
Especially when it's already Lone Wolf and Cub.
Right.
Especially
right.
But we gotta face facts. Star Wars just rips off Japanese cinema.
It does.
So
It's true.
So there is a little bit of that. It's a little bit about going back to the well there. So
that's a reasonable argument I hadn't thought about.
I get the feeling this episode had to happen at some point in this franchise's history.
Maybe.
Maybe it's good we got out of the way. The real thing I was kind of disappointed in is I honestly got a little excited when they saw the footprints. It was like, it's an ATST.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is this going to be the thing that makes me think ATST is badass?
Yeah.
Because Return of the Jedi does it.
Right.
And then and they're talking about, it's like, you can't take on an ATST. He's like, I just saw Ewoks like throw logs at it. And wait, what are you talking about? And it's like, maybe this one's...
Those things are very poorly balanced.
Yeah. Like, maybe this is going to be the thing. Maybe this is going to be like, an ATST is hardcore. Mm. And then we watch, it's like, you know what? It's more competent than it ever was in Return of the Jedi, but it's not great.
Rogue One, they were better than Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One would have been a better one.
In Rogue One, they were better.
Yeah, it is a better example. I like it when, even in The Last Jedi, when you have the AT-ATs out there, look like they are still more menacing, at least, than they are in Empire, and they're still effective in Empire. But it's those things are just hard to... The AT-STs in particular, the chicken leg walkers,
they seem too easy to deal with.
Yeah, they're too. Yeah. They seem really hard to make menacing, and that's like, maybe it will do it. No, not quite. All it has to do is just step into a pond.
See, and then all of that, and even the fact that Zach and I argued about this. We didn't argue, but we actually agree about this. Is every time the Mandalorian takes a punch in the helmet, he goes, "Oh!" like it really hurt him, and I'm like, you're wearing a helmet. You're wearing a helmet
reverberation, man.
That reflects laser blast, but you can get punched in the helmet and it hurts. That's minor compared to the
fact.
It
stays on for the hanky panky.
Yeah, it does. Maybe it's like a whole S&M thing. But that gets to the only reveal we got in this episode.
But I
taking it off to eat.
But I like that part. I like
too.
Because it's more of that lore building. We get the whole, when was the last time you took it off? I was like, I would take it off yesterday. He takes it off regularly. We know he has to eat. But now it's the first time the show actually acknowledges he takes it off. Because even the one time when he was with his group, his Mandalorian tribe, I guess, and the Forge person asked, like, when was the last time your helmet was taken off? And he's like, not since he put it on. It's like, well, obviously this means in a combat sense, not in an actual maintaining your life sense.
Yeah.
But that whole, that whole once you take it off, you're done.
Yeah. It's
aspect is
that was cool.
hardcore.
Like I liked the lore building that was, even though it was very little.
That was the only thing.
It was good.
Well, that, and we finally have a replacement for Kermit sipping the tea. But that's none of my business.
All right.
But this is terrifying to me, because is it going to be Planet of the Week, Planet of the Week, Planet of the Week? It's like CSI, except in Star Wars.
I don't get that decision too of him being like, "Will it be safe here?" I'm like, he has a tracker on him. Hello,
spiking the
mic. Sir.
I don't.
You are really.
You are a bounty hunter.
I'm gonna sit you in the corner.
You know this.
We're gonna cut you off before the show from now on.
Oh
right?
Well, I'm just like, that is such a decision. Not in his character to do.
Next time, just
this is his job. It's his occupation.
If the next episode deals with figuring out how to untrack Baby Yoda, like whatever they have to do,
then why didn't you do that?
I will feel better.
Yeah,
but there's like 2 weeks in between the time of the battle and the end of the episode. Why didn't you do it then?
I don't know. Maybe he has to figure out how to do it.
I don't know. That stuff.
Because we don't know how the trackers work.
Yeah, I feel like for me, that stuff doesn't bother me as much because it can get worked out.
Yeah.
If you do it. If I have to spend the rest of the season watching, him save some other farmers on another planet or, somebody in distress every week, that's going to get boring.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Like
it's played out.
We don't know how the trackers work. There's a lot of the lore in the world that we don't know yet. I'm hoping it works.
I hope y'all can hear that.
Our mics are not picking up this.
Yeah, the mics.
There's no way it's picking up this.
Oh, look, there's that.
But
It didn't go all the way.
I think we could learn more. I'm still in with the show.
I know I'm still in with the show. I'm just like, the only thing is if that's what happens, it becomes less of a point of viewing for me because I need that serialized element to be more in the front.
Yeah.
And considering they only have 8 episodes this season,
there's 2 fillers.
2 fillers.
2 of the 4.
Then you just need to have a 5-episode season.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, it's like every other
What was it?
episode.
Episode 6 is directed by the same one who did episode 2. Was that what we determined?
I mean, I know
We looked at him later.
I know Bryce Dallas Howard
Yeah, she
directed
did number
this.
4. Yeah.
And I don't think it's necessarily her fault. I think this is the script.
It's the script.
I
It's what was
think
written.
it was directed fine.
You know what could be her fault though? There's one little, well, not little. It's kind of a major thing. Is the woman, the waitress in the restaurant where he goes? She's terrible. That is a terrible. She was a terrible actor. She was.
It was a producer's friend, probably, wasn't it?
I don't know.
That'd be funny if it was.
She was bad though. I was like, whoa, you are standing out as a very bad actor because everyone around you, including that lady, the one that the new one that they introduced,
including the puppet.
I mean, she's in the background.
Yeah, she's good. I liked her a lot. But that watch it again and look at that.
Including the
waitress.
guy in the helmet who doesn't even have facial features to rely on.
Right?
So we were at an hour.
All right. So let's move on.
All right. Do we want to just talk about Zach? You have a
Really quickly. It's been confirmed that a special sneak peek of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker will be attached alongside Episode 7, which I'm not going to go into Episode 7 because we're in Episode 4, and I don't
Yeah,
want
we
to
have
know what's
3
going
episodes
into
to
3
go.
episodes from now.
Yeah.
It could be that episode could tie into the.
How could it?
Actually, no. There was
I don't
another.
wanna get into
There was another lore
spoilers.
point. There was another lore point in Episode 4 because I don't remember the character's name, but the badass female
Yep.
was a shock trooper for the rebellion, and she was there right after Endor. So we know Mandalorian takes place relatively soon after Return of the Jedi. It is not with contemporary Star Wars, which is the first acknowledgement that we actually got of when this takes place really in the timeline. As far as show, I don't know of any press material.
I mean, the most we got before then was since the fall of the Empire.
Yeah, we knew Empire.
Yeah.
It's post fall of Empire.
There's 30
years. There's a 30-year gap. We don't know where it is.
Yeah,
Which they said a lot in Episode 1. It's
Yeah.
like, the fall of the Empire. Over and over again.
Which makes sense because it's relatively recent. Mm-hmm. So that I think is kind of a big deal. But it also limits the amount of tie-in they can really do with the Star Wars movies. And it also... I doubt we're going to... This is not the kind of show that would have...
It's not Marvel style.
Yeah, well, it's not going to have galactic impact. It's not going to be something... That was always one of the things with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's like, well, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is you're going to do fine, but it's not, if it's big, it's going to be in Avengers.
Well kind
it's
of,
this-
because, I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had that one plot where they were building the helicarrier that ended up being the saving grace for...
Well, that wasn't a
Agent
plot.
of-
There was a... They had it in mothballed, and there was stuck in at
But
the
I'm
end of
saying
one
it
episode.
was first in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then it was...
Yeah, but it was in Agents of Shield,
So I'm saying,
in
like,
what sounds
don't
like
knock it.
sounds like a much smaller way, though.
Well,
it
it was
didn't have the what you'd say galactic impact.
it was an end credit scene basically for an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I'm pretty sure aired after Age of Ultron,
Right.
Because it was supposed to be a nod. It was like, hey, we're connected to the movies.
Yeah.
But this won't have a great galactic change.
Can I see this? It better not. Because what I like about this is it is a small story.
Yeah.
It is an individual character who is not a Skywalker.
Unless we finally find out where Snoke comes from.
The article theorizes that it could be that. Realistically, it's like the opening day of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, hey, you've seen the show, please go see the movie. Please. We know we already
Oh,
ruined the
you
story.
like it's
please.
here's a sneak peek of Rise of the Resistance.
Like old school,
Yeah.
like TV
here's
style.
one scene
Yeah.
that you think will matter, but in the grand scheme of things...
Well, no, like it's not actually part of the show proper. It's like after the show
Yeah.
proper. Here's a sneak peek.
Well,
of,
no, what I'm saying is that sneak peek is just a scene from the movie that you think, oh, this is going to be a big scene, but when you actually watch the movie, it's like...
Oh,
nothing.
probably not. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it could literally come up before the episode starts and say, "Stick around after the credits for a sneak peek of that." That's old school like broadcasting style, and that would be kind of fun.
I'd be fine with that.
That would be kind of cool. I like that. That's nostalgia. All right. So you got Blu-rays? You want to read those?
Oh, I can do that. Blu-rays. New, we have Game of Thrones Collector's Edition. Is it the whole thing?
That's the whole thing,
so
but it's a beautiful
Has
set.
anybody seen? Have you seen it? I watched an unboxing. This is in a real wood box.
Ooh.
With it's looks like glass, but it's not. It's plastic. Like a plastic window in it with logos from the show, and each movie each season is on a big card that's been custom designed and cut. Yeah.
So it's a window box.
Yeah.
To where when you look, when every season's in there, it looks all lined up and beautiful, but each season has one detail taken out of it.
Of the window.
And it's a beautiful set.
Oh,
Too
I
bad
see it.
season 7 and 8 completely ruined this.
Too bad they're in the set.
And also, this is not the 4K edition.
No.
Every season has basically come out as 4K, and this isn't
Are you
that
sure?
set.
Every season has come out in 4K.
Almost.
I do see it. It looks
That
nice.
looks gorgeous.
It's
a really
beautiful.
cool set. But those two things.
Because I thought my understanding was 4K was only going to be season 1 and season 8.
Let me double check.
That's
but
my understanding.
I could have swore I thought season
Speaking of
2.
that, Game of Thrones Season 8 is on Blu-ray and 4K.
And 4K, yeah.
You also have Ready or
Now
Not.
you can see that battle correctly.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's the thing. I kind of want to... It's like, all right, let me see Battle of Winterfell again one more time
So-
to see if I can see things.
Speaking of that, I watched, because the set came out, I was watching a video comparison, because when everybody lost their minds about it,
You are correct, by the way.
I thought I was, season 1 and season 8, 4K. I didn't understand, because I could see it okay. But the comparison I saw was the 4K discs versus the actual HBO stream. And man, you really couldn't see anything.
I was going to say, you probably watched it in here, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, in your theater. Mm-hmm. We also...
Yeah, no, us normal people.
Us plebeians, us common folk.
Right?
Ready or Not, Big Trouble in Little China Steelbook, which
Ready
I
or Not, by
want.
the way,
That
is
should
at our
be.
house.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up Ready or Not this weekend, and Big Trouble should be in my mailbox
Oh
Friday.
man, I gotta order that. I want
Yeah,
that
I
Steelbook. Teen Titans Complete Series, The Goldfinch, and
That's my movie.
There's your movie.
That's your movie.
And Slaughterhouse 5.
So, what was I was gonna mention something. Oh, the Big Trouble. You got to get that, because you should see the epic list of bonus features that are in this new set. It is fantastic. Oh, you got funny books?
I will when I was not looking up for that Steelbook set.
Oh my gosh!
All right,
it's so cool.
Real quick, abbreviated from Marvel this week. We have Daredevil number 14. We also have Thor Worthy number 1, which is going to be great because Walter Simonson's doing a story in it, and
cool.
it's fantastic. And X-Men number 3. DC, we've got Batman number 84, Justice League number 37, and Lois Lane number 6 of 12. And in other books, we have the one I'm looking forward to the most this week, Power Rangers meets Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1.
I don't know why you're excited for it. It's not
Yeah,
like
right?
you like any of those.
Exactly.
And none of those resonate with me at all, of course. But also looking forward to Ragnarok. Speaking of Walter Simonson, Ragnarok is his non-Marvel Thor Norse mythology book. There's Ragnarok Breaking of Helheim, number 3 of 6.
Nice.
So,
And then the rest of the list will be up later tonight.
yes, I've sent it to you, so it's now your fault.
Yes, it is my fault. All right, let's wrap this show up before Zach gets back, so he
Okay,
can't say his
cool.
goodbyes.
All right, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram under Nico Scream, mostly talking about Dungeons and Dragons stuff.
You can find me at Cheddar Popper on Twitter, ChedrPoppr, and Navinity Avalon on Instagram.
And you can find me at All Things Culture Smash TV on Facebook, and OTS Movie Night on Instagram, and Facebook, Off the Shelf Movie Night also.
And for Zach, I know he is...
And you can find Zach dead in my hallway after the show is over. Yep.
Master of the Matrix...
91.
91.
On Steam.
On Steam,
Yeah.
yep. All right.
See you next week.
Bye, everybody.